Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we just ask you to please settle. We're set to get underway. Well, a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us as we are set to launch Season 57 at our West Winnipeg Oval. I'd like to recognize and welcome the various industry boards joining us today as well. Also like to remind everyone to take a moment, head down memory lane by viewing the collage of archival photos so masterfully put together by our enthusiastic track historian, Mr. Bob Gates. Feel free to ask him questions. He was just outside of the terrace dining room with that display. Maybe even share a racing story with him. We also have photos available in our history area located just inside the main lobby where you entered today as a reminder to everyone of our over century-long commitment and contribution horse racing has made to the province of Manitoba. We do have a couple of special guests on hand today. I'd like to recognize our partners in FN Developments from Peguis First Nation, Chief Glenn Hudson. Mr. Waylon Sutherland joins us as well. And Mr. Rob Magnuson. I'd also like to draw attention to their special guests joining them today as well. Very welcome support as well from our various levels of government. I'd specifically like to recognize St. Charles Councillor Grant Nordman, the acting deputy mayor, joining us today. St. James Brooklyn Ward Councillor Mr. Scott Fielding is here. The MLA for Lakeside, the Honourable Ralph Eichler, joins us. MLA for St. Paul, the Honourable Ron Schuler is here today. The MLA for Spruce Woods, the Honourable Cliff Cullen, again supporting us here today. And certainly, ladies and gentlemen, the MLA for Fort White, the leader of the official opposition, the Honourable Brian Pallister, joins us as well today. We're very pleased that they could join us today, and we do, of course, look forward to hearing a few words from a few of them. But I want to be very clear, and this is not said, I kid you not, with any sarcasm, but rather the genuine extension of our hand that invitations were extended to multiple members of the sitting government of Manitoba. It's a new start. It's time to move forward. The horse racing industry has always worked with and will continue to always work with the government of Manitoba. As a proud nonprofit entity, we are here to provide economic impact for Manitoba, to provide jobs, to provide a mechanism for tax creation, and to support our valuable agricultural industry. We do that in spades, and we will continue to do that for years to come. So without further ado at this time, very pleased to first call on to bring greetings from the City of Winnipeg, St. Charles Councillor and Acting Deputy Mayor, Mr. Grant Nordman.
Thanks, Darren. It's my pleasure to be here. Last year was a curious year for a lot of reasons, and I wasn't able to attend due to scheduling conflicts, but I'm so pleased to be back again for 2014, the 57th season. My family has not quite lived here that long, but I think we're 52 years, so we've been a close neighbor as the Nordmans for a very long time. Representing St. Charles Ward, and I'll use the line I usually use where the sun sets on Winnipeg. This is one of our marquee tourism and economic destinations in the city of Winnipeg. We're blessed, and I'm wearing a pin today for one of the events that's coming up a week from today, the FIFA World Cup out at Investors Group Field with the women, Canadian women's team playing the U.S. women's team. But that's just one of many events that are going on in our city starting now and going forward. We just celebrated a month ago the Junos here. Assiniboia Downs is one of those events and annual opportunities for the citizens of Winnipeg to really enjoy something special and unique. And we're looking forward to many more years of that with the agreement that you have with Peguis and the resolution of the problems you have with our cousins over at Broadway. I know Jim would have loved to have been here, but he couldn't get off the island, so And Sharon, I'm not so sure. So in any event, I will leave it at that. Welcome you all to St. Charles. It's always good to see you. It's always good to come to Assiniboia Downs. It must be spring. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Councillor Nordman. Next, I'd like to call on the MLA for Fort White, the Leader of the Official Opposition, the Honourable Brian Pallister.
It's nice to be back, folks, and it's also good to look forward to some real, genuine entertainment happening here, as opposed to the horse race we were forced to watch over the last year and a half or so. You know, when you have Jennifer Howard and Stan Struthers up on a horse at the starting gate, racing against Glenn Hudson and Harvey Warner, that just isn't entertaining. And watching those two horses go around the track, at the start of it, everybody thought, well, the NDP horse has got to win for sure. I mean, they got 192 communications staff and all our money, so they should be able to win. But come around the home stretch, who knew? You know, who knew that the Jockey Club horse would be pulling away and win, not by a nose, but win solidly. The problem with all of this, and the problem with this analogy, is, of course, that the purse is provided by taxpayers in Manitoba. Always has been, always is going to be, and all the legal fees and all the hardship that this caused the people who work here and all the emotional stress that it caused was totally unnecessary if you run a business in a professional way like this one is run. Like this one is run. So I encourage everybody here, and I encourage you to continue to make this fabulous Manitoba iconic attraction one that we can be as proud of as we've always been, and more proud even in the future as we work together to make the things that we want to make happen to build a stronger Manitoba happen in this beautiful province. I don't even think that horse race would have been entertaining if Darren Dunn had been calling it, quite frankly. Thanks, Darren. Thanks, Darren, for having us today. We really appreciate being here. All the best to everybody, and let spring begin here at Assiniboia Downs and right across this province. Thanks, Darren.
Thank you very much, Brian. I'd like to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. We're very excited to tell you about a few of our plans for the 2014 live season here at the Downs. And I say those words with emphasis on live racing because today's event is about the live season, about the horses, about the jockeys, about the hardworking people who intend to put on a fantastic live show for everyone right through to the end of September. It's no secret, of course, as touched on, what we experienced in the last 15 months. But that is now behind us, and as mentioned, we're moving on and moving forward. Our breeding industry, though, suffered significant damage over the recent disagreement. Our horse supply will be less than expected based on an inability to properly recruit due to the dark cloud hanging over us as recent as a few weeks ago. Mother Nature, has been less than cooperative, to say the least, and training is far behind in many barns. We may not be able to put on, our best foot forward immediately in the month of May. I'll give you that with the product on the field, but I can tell you this much: we will make every effort to do so as soon as possible. We are a resilient industry. We will regroup, we will rebuild, and we will find a way to overcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very proud to say we work very hard to market to the community. We work hard to provide first-rate customer service. We work very hard to ensure and provide one of the cleanest facilities you will find in this province, full of some of the friendliest staff in this province. We work hard to create economic support for Manitoba, and we more than earn our keep. I assure you that's something we will continue to do. Ladies and gentlemen, as many are aware, we have achieved a significant partnership with Peguis First Nation, a very enthusiastic, very honorable group that shares our vision for development, that recognizes the economic opportunities, that understands the synergies that are available between our companies. And while I'm not here to say when shovels will be in the ground, I am here to say that we are moving as fast as we can in a diligent and professional manner to bring exciting opportunities to fruition in the future. And now let's get down to business, as in the horse business. Ladies and gentlemen, with pride, we are here to announce the opening of another live race season at Assiniboia Downs, with spring training, again, as mentioned, seriously compromised by the never-ending winter here. Our horsemen's group, though, have worked through it, rose above it, and have prepared their stables, in order to break out of the gate on Sunday. In the trainer ranks, we're very pleased to indicate that Ardell Saylor returns to defend his title from 2013. In fact, that was title number 11. Congratulations, Ardell, further adding to the record books. Gary Danielson returns, Jerry Gorno, Jared Brown, Shelley Brown is back with a large stable. Jim Mayard will be a conditioner that will be heard from early and often. Manitobans Tanya Lindsay, Blair Miller, Robbie Atras, Emil Corbell, Carl Anderson, Jack Robertson, Lorna Gray, and many, many more right here from the province of Manitoba, all barns set and ready to produce. In the saddle, it does not get any easier for the 2013 champion Paul Nolan, who returns to go after a very rare three-peat, trying to win the title for the third year in a row, and he's back. Adolfo Morales here today. Jennifer Reed made him work every step of the way last year, and they certainly intend to do that again. Put some pressure back on him. Further talented veterans in the mix: Chris Husbands, Tyrone Nelson, Chavian Chow, Ronaldo Cumberbatch, and Adrian Ramos add to the strength of our jocks room. Throw in the new addition of four-time Jamaican champion Omar Walker. Add newcomer Travis Cunningham from the tough southern United States circuit. Add newcomer Christopher Ho, who arrives from the very competitive east coast of the United States. And how about 20-year-old Barbadian talent Jaylon Samuel? He'll be joining us shortly, another championship-winning jockey from the Caribbean. Or even finally, I'll throw this out, maybe a bit of a wild card, former Manitoba Derby-winning jockey Paul Leacock returns to Winnipeg after a lengthy multi-year absence. Very happy to have him back. And in the end, ladies and gentlemen, the real winners, bar none. That's easy. It's the race fans. Pound for pound, they're going to receive some of the best race riding talent this track has experienced in a while. Finally, on the horse front, who could forget the year that was in 2013 for a few standout equines, and certainly there's many to choose from. I just want to recognize a couple, and certainly they should garner your attention again this year. I begin with a horse who's become synonymous with class, a horse who the talent in winning at Assiniboia Downs is none other than the creation of a fan favorite. We call him our 800-pound gorilla. His name is Beluga Bull. And with a record last year that included another 3 wins, this multiple Horse of the Year winner remains the king of the castle in the older horse category, including wins last year in the Free Press Stakes and the prestigious Gold Cup in 2013. As a quick reminder, here is a look at the bull in action in that season-ending stake win, the Gold Cup. Kurt Comtois with the call to your television monitors.
Inching closer in third with Assembly Hall. And from the back of the field, CC Ride is getting into it. 3/4 of blistering. 1:12-1. They hit the head of the lane. Beluga Bull will lead the field home by 5. Assembly Hall on the outside is trying to make a run. Flexi Plus and CC Ride, but Beluga Bull off the pace today is still gonna get there and win the Gold Cup. Second, Assembly Hall. Third's gonna be Flexi Plus. Very close for...
It's been fun talking about the bull for year after year after year, and to come back at age 5, that's very hard to do, and to compete at the highest levels of competition out here. Amazing training job by Mr. Ardell Saylor. Now we move on to one other, to the young and limitless talent, if you will, and we find that we're talking about a Manitoba bred, and how sweet that is. Who was a 2-year-old last year. He ran the table, 4 starts, 4 wins. 3 of those were stake races, including the prestigious Winnipeg Futurity. Now, at age 3, though it is early, one could say that the, no pressure to you, Jim Mayard, but the road to the Manitoba Derby goes through him. He's named after a certain Boston Bruins defenseman, who you also would not want to go through, to be honest. That's one's last name is Chara, but he and this horse share the same first name, and that's Zdeno. And plain and simple, ladies and gentlemen, he is an absolute monster. Locally owned, bred right here in Manitoba. He's a reminder, here is a reminder, rather, of Zdeno. He's winning the Buffalo Stakes on closing day of the season last year. Make sure you note the distance between him and the field when they hit the wire. This guy is special. To your television monitors, this is Zdeno.
A 3-length advantage. Smoke Show is battling on for second. To the inside, Jet again. The wide trip for straight right. And in between horses is still Smoke Show 3/4, 116 and 4. And Zadano, the Manitoba bred that beat the open horses last time, is cruising on the field. Zadano, a wonder horse in the making, is going to get it done and takes the Buffalo. Second goes to Runaway Delight. Third to Dr. Zing.
That's what you call a wide camera shot panning out at the end. Not like that was hard to figure out. We look forward to following Zdeno all year. Speaking of special, finally we're hoping to have a little bit of fun and put the spotlight on what I'll call a unique young filly who also happens to have a very unique name in recognition of the amazing gold medal winning accomplishment of Team Jennifer Jones in the Sochi Olympics. A contest was established to supply a name to an as yet unnamed horse. The twist, it had to involve the accomplishment of the Jennifer Jones curling team. The double twist to that, the selection of the winning name, and therefore the name of the horse would be done by none other than Team Jennifer Jones. And they were very enthusiastic to participate. So as judge and jury, Team Jennifer Jones selected the name Gold in Sochi, as noted in your media guides. Well, we're going to be following this little filly. She is, in fact, first has a date in the auction ring later this summer, as she is just the grand old age of 1. Well, there's another awe moment coming up here. Moving forward, though, we'll be looking for her to make a lot of noise when she debuts officially in 2015, and there she is. There's the awe moment on the television monitors. That's a look at the precocious little filly, Golden Sochi. Hard not to go awe, right? Ladies and gentlemen, from a promotional standpoint, we are asking Manitobans to once again do the Downs. Looking for an evening of entertainment with a twist? Do the Downs. Want to recognize a business or personal milestone or sponsor a race? Do the Downs. Bachelor party, bachelorette party, do the Downs. A wedding, a social, a trade show, you guessed it, do the Downs. So in this, the year of the horse, I ask you all, if you think about horses this year, what will your response be? Well said. We have 60 live race days to offer, while largely on that Wed, Fry, Sat calendar, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday basis. We will continue to offer balance with afternoon race cards on 8 select days. We will continue with our popular low-commission takeout Pick 4 wager again, and we'll continue to offer race fans of all age and handicapping skills a chance to participate, to enjoy our equine sport, whether it's a family fun day with free pony rides or a petting farm or maybe a newbie night to learn the basics of the sport. We're here to offer that. Contests to offer, combo bets, a chance to bet across the board. We're here to help. We're here to educate. We're here to entertain. We're pleased again as well to send 5 lucky winners and their guests to Las Vegas as part of our live handicapping contest. They're open to all. We feature buy-in poker, BLT tournaments where we put up the cash for you to win. Again, something for everyone, and it starts in earnest on Sunday. I'd also like to point out that we're very pleased to continue to do our part to support our fellow businesses in the community. To that end, we have once again partnered with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to provide the use of a large section of our main parking lot for a park and ride service to the stadium during their football season in 2014, and we're very pleased to do that. Finally, today, we're also pleased to announce the official launch of our new ASD mobile site. In this day and age, of course, of cell phone, let's call it everything, we, like so many companies, are bringing the racetrack to you. An easy-to-read, easy-to-use format that provides the basics and more. The launch of this, of course, platform coincides with the launch of our season, so we're very pleased to bring that to our valued customers. So take a moment today, type in asdowns.com on your mobile phone, click on the link, and you'll be able to instantly be informed about Assiniboia Downs on your phone. Now, of course, I mentioned prior to Sunday, it's the first Saturday in May, and that means the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, the annual Kentucky Derby. And ladies and gentlemen, this Derby could not be any more special to Manitoba and our sport locally. There's a horse named Danza. If your name's Tony, you'll really love him. But there's a horse named Danza. He has partial ownership from 4 Manitobans, Grant Sissions, Ray Bouchard, Pat Beavis, and Don Rempel. So all eyes, and I assure you all lungs, will be on him to bring home the glory. We have a horse racing in the Kentucky Derby with Manitoba partial ownership. So here's a look at Danza winning the prestigious Arkansas Derby, therefore punching his ticket to Louisville on Saturday. So back to your television monitors one final time.
The best of Byron at this point. Tapiture is coming gamely on the outside, and Danza's running a giant race coming through on the fence. And Danza is the leader of the Arkansas Derby. Conquest Titan is coming from behind. They're in the final furlong, and the leader is Danza. He's in front by a length. Byron is trying to come back for more. In the center of the track, Right On Curlin, followed by Tapiture. But Danza, in a sparkling performance, is making short work of the Arkansas Derby field. Danza is the boss as he wins by 5. Right On Curlin second, Byron third.
Gotta like that call. That's a horse you can back on Saturday. That's a horse with Manitoba connections. So one final time, I hate to make this sound like a test, but just as an additional reminder again, in the year of the horse, if you're going to do the Kentucky Derby, then you need to, once again, music to my ears. Thank you. And also, of course, exactly what we hope you'll be thinking, saying, and of course doing on Sunday with the first post of 1:30. Of course, as always, please check out our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter. Check out our interesting racing blog. We update it each week. Or simply year-round, go to asdowns.com on your computer or now on your phone to see what's coming up. So, ladies and gentlemen, a sincere thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoy the fine cuisine prepared by our stellar, and I mean that sincerely, stellar executive chef, Mr. Michael Keeler, his staff, with recognition as well to our Director of Food and Beverage, Mr. Manley Chan, and our Assistant Food and Beverage Manager, Abby Niznik. Reminder to all the media, any interview opportunities, we're happy to set them up with the principal horse people. See myself or Sharon, and we'll get that done. Thank you for joining us. Join us for the Kentucky Derby, opening day, 1:30 on Sunday. Enjoy. Thank you.